All right, you guys, we are live in 3, 2, 1. What is going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are having an awesome day so far. Full transparency, I'm a little bit slow today. I feel like when it's really, really cold out, everything that I do just kind of slows down. And at this point, I'm just accepting that things are going to take a little bit longer than normal today. And it's okay, right? It's okay. So again, as you guys are tuning in, make sure you say, hey, let me know where you're from. We've got Abby in here. We've got a couple people joining on Instagram, and we've got some people on Facebook as well. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. And obviously, if you're catching a replay, you guys already know, hashtag replay, so you can let me know that you're tuning in here. Today's video is going to be a little bit of an interesting one, you guys, and it may cause some controversy. Full transparency and full disclosure, if you guys are currently utilizing Optavia for your weight loss goals, if you're working with Optavia, again, this is no bad judgment to you guys, no bad juju to you guys. Everyone's entitled to whatever they want. However, this is my personal opinion as a nutritionist, what it really is doing to people's weight loss goals, to their health, and how it's really negatively affecting them. Okay, so again, if you guys are utilizing Optavia, if you guys are working with Optavia, more power to you. Like, whatever you guys want to do, I'm not, going to argue with you. I'm just going to offer my perspective on what I feel about it. And if you guys have been following me for a while, you obviously know that I am anti-crash diet. I am anti-weight loss trend. It's not the way to go because I've been there. I've been through all of them. And it breaks my heart when I see many, many women and men too, just really stuck going up and down on this yo-yo cycle and never actually finding balance, right? So I'm super anti-crash diet, super anti-weight loss trends. But when it comes to things like Optavia and Nutrisystem, and someone actually just messaged me about a new one. She was like, hey, what's your opinion on this? And I looked at it real quick and I was like, fuck, another one, right? These systems, these companies make me so mad as an individual, but also as a nutritionist, okay? So what are they and why are they so bad? And I want to cut to the chase here because I could talk about this for endless amounts of time. Optavia, Nutrisystem, any sort of company like this, they're extremely low calorie diets. And they require you to consume nothing except their pre-packaged foods and meals. Okay? Nothing else is included. You pick your plan, whatever you want to do, and then they give you a certain amount of meals that you can eat throughout the day. They're calorie reduced meals, and then you get calorie reduced snacks. Those are the only things that you can eat. Now, one of the requirements for jumping on Optavia or Nutrisystem or any of these, one of the requirements is that you have to eat religiously every 2.5 to 3 hours to keep your metabolism high. Who the frick has time for that? Right? Like, I'm not sitting here with a watch like, oh, it's been 2.5 hours, gotta eat my next meal. Nobody has time for that. And even with 6 meals or snacks throughout the day, the total calorie intake that you guys would be consuming if you were on this plan adds up to about 800 to 1,200 calories max per day. 800 to 1,200 calories per day as a grown adult. As a grown woman or man or whoever's jumping on this. But again, I work primarily with women. So 800 to 1,200 calories per day as a grown woman. The main issue that I have with this, you guys, is that yes, for sure, your weight's going to drop. No doubt about that. It's a ridiculously low calorie level for you. However, the weight that you're losing, it's going to be muscle. And I don't know if you guys understand how detrimental that is. But when you see the number go down on the scale and you're losing muscle, this begins your downward spiral into a horribly slow metabolism, okay? It's not a good thing, you guys. I have been there. I have reaped the repercussions from this. When you eat so low in calories for an extended period of time, your body is smart and it's going to want to survive. And it's going to drop your metabolism down to that rate. And then you get stuck there. And you're paying for this, right? That's the craziest thing. So again, with these diets, with Optavia, with Nutrisystem, with all of these companies that require you to eat just their packaged foods and packaged products, you're subjected to eating cardboard tasting granola bars, whatever it is. These are all accounts that I've heard from my clients who did Optavia in the past, and they just tell me how horrible the food is, that they spend so much money on it. It's all stuck in their pantry, and they cannot even try and choke it down because that's how bad it tastes. You get teeny tiny little portion sizes that are going to leave you starving. You can't have any fresh fruit, and you definitely are not getting enough nutrition for your body. This is what happens when you join these companies or when you use this for your weight loss, right? And after a while, like I mentioned, your metabolism, it will slow down, and it will slow down so much so that the weight will stop falling off, even if you keep subjecting yourself to eating this horrible food. And then when that happens, you guys, the weight will start to pile back on, plus more, because at this point, your body is in a position where it's optimizing fat gain because it thinks, holy shit, I'm not going to get food anymore. I'm starving. And in order to protect you and to keep you from starving, your body is going to go into an optimizing fat gain state, which means you're going to gain the weight back plus more. And the craziest part, you guys, price point wise, for Optavia, this is what actually blows my mind, because I'm like, you know what, if it's like reasonably priced, I could see how someone would go and think that this is a quick solution and they would do it. It's $425 a month at the minimum cost for Optavia. $425 per month for food that only you can eat, on top of what you're already spending for groceries for your family. Because like I mentioned, I work with a lot of moms. They're not just buying for food for themselves. They have their husband, they have their kids, they have their family that they're providing for. So imagine you're trying to lose weight and you're buying all these foods for your kids and for your family, and now you've got to spend an extra $425 on shit food that you don't actually want to eat just to try and get you to lose weight, right? So basically, you guys are paying more money to eat shit-tasting food, throw your body into a metabolic disaster, lose your muscle mass, which is going to help keep you staying lean, right? You're going to lose all that, so you're going to be in a position where you're going to gain more body fat. You're setting yourself up for failure, all while feeling hungry and miserable. And this is the problem that I have with these companies, right? It makes me so mad that they even exist and they're allowed to promote things like this, because the guidance is completely incorrect, right? And the craziest part too, aside from how much you're paying, they try and hype it up. And they hype it up in the fact that, oh, well, you get paired with a coach and we have our Optavia coaches or our Nutrisystem coaches. And this is why I don't like to call myself a coach, because coaches do not mean anything. The term coaches doesn't mean anything. So when you join Optavia and you get paired up with a coach, that coach is just a regular person who also bought their weight loss products, who's also been doing Optavia and signed up, like they paid money to become a coach for Optavia. They have zero qualifications. They have zero knowledge on nutrition, zero formal education, and zero experience. It drives me insane, you guys. It drives me insane. So people will tell me like, hey, yeah, I'm doing Optavia. I'm working with a coach. And like, what credentials does your coach have? Are they a nutritionist? Are they a personal trainer? Did they study nutrition in school? Like anything? No. Chances are, or 99% of the time, anyone who is a coach with Optavia is going to have used their products. There's an option to become a coach on their website. They sign up, they pay a fee to become a coach, and then they get commission when they sign people up. Oh my gosh, it makes me so mad, you guys. And again, zero qualifications, zero knowledge on nutrition. They're just pushing the product, right? So for $425 a month, on top of groceries, on top of your gym membership, how long do you honestly think you can keep that up? Well, like, honestly, how long do you think you can keep paying that much money for? Because the whole problem with Optavia and Nutrisystem is that when you're using their products, you lose weight. What happens when you stop using their products, right? The second you stop eating like that and you go back to eating normal, you're going to gain all of the weight plus more, right? You're going to gain all of that back plus more. And they're teaching the complete wrong way to lose weight. It's kind of like a Band-Aid on top of the problem. You're losing the wrong weight that you want to lose. You're not losing fat, you're losing muscle. And then on top of that, you never get to the root of the problem. So you're stuck using their products forever, right? And yeah, Alula is like kind of pyramid schemey. It totally is. And that's what makes me mad when people, they fill out my application, or they come to work with me as a personal trainer, as a nutritionist, as someone who has years of experience, they're like, oh, I don't think I can spend the money. And I'm like, but you'll spend $425 on Optavia to basically set yourself up for failure. And you'll have to continue spending $425 a month with Optavia for the rest of your life to be able to keep the weight off and to eat terrible food. Yet when I teach you the way to do this in a short period of time, and then you learn the tools to maintain it for life, how is that the same thing? It's just mind-blowing to me, right? And that's the problem, the major problem I have with these companies is that they're doing things the wrong way. They're sucking you in. They're having incredible marketing techniques to get you to think like, yeah, I'm going to lose the weight fast. And obviously they place you on a really small amount of calories so that you do see the change. You do see the body dropping, right? It's not body fat, but you see the scale going down. And when you do, you get hooked, right? You like that momentum, and then you stay with them, and then boom, you're stuck, right? So it blows my mind that they're so popular. They have an 80% fall off rate, you guys, because it's just not realistic. And in my opinion, I'm saying this more so because I would rather you guys just continue doing what you're doing and eating normal versus pouring money into a system like this, into a company like this that puts you in a worse position. Just start focusing on small things. Instead of paying money to Optavia or paying money to Nutrisystem, I'm not even saying to work with me, right? I'm saying like, instead of wasting your money there, just focus on eating more fresh foods, on wholesome, nutritious meals, balancing things out, finding that happy place for you for food, and including things you love, right? And if you do have the money to spend, please do not spend it on Nutrisystem. Instead, I would save it, hire a real nutritionist, hire someone who has the credentials, who can actually teach you a balanced, healthy foundation. The reason I'm saying that too is because we want to actually heal a relationship with food. When we're losing weight, we don't want it to just be weight. We want it to be fat, right? We want to lose body fat. And then we want to retain the muscle so that we can continue to eat more food going forward. We can tone up, we can achieve the physique that we want. And more importantly too, you guys, so you can enjoy the same meals as your family. I totally understand that stress. I've had so many moms that I've chatted with, and they're like, man, I've got to eat this shit food while my kids are eating like hamburgers. My husband is eating this amazing meal. And I'm like, well, why don't you just eat the same food with them? Like, it's totally possible. You don't have to subject yourself to eating horrible tasting food, you guys. And that's the most important part, especially for moms. If I see that they're doing Optavia, spending so much more money on top of the groceries they're already buying, wouldn't it be life-changing if you just learned how to eat the food that your family is eating too and have it align with your goals to make sure the weight's coming off? That's the approach that I want you guys to take, okay? So again, just to recap here, why am I so against these systems, these products, these companies? They're just pitching you the wrong way to lose weight. They'll give you some quick instant satisfaction, you get hooked, and then they just play off of that to make you continue paying them to get their products, and they put you in a metabolic disaster. So when you stop, you gain all of the weight back. So then where's your mind go? Oh, maybe I should start doing it again, right? It's all for the money, unfortunately. When it comes down to truly losing weight, to truly dropping body fat, you want to make sure your metabolism is high. You do not want it to tank this low, you guys. And in order to do that, you do have to either reverse diet, you do have to get your body to a good spot if you've been chronic dieting for a long time, or you have to find out the perfect balance for your body. And that will not stay the same, you guys. It will continue to change, and that's, our body is very adaptive. So we've got to be on top of it. We've got to be smart. The whole focus that I have for you guys here in this video is find something that's realistic, that's going to align with your lifestyle, and make sure you find that balanced, healthy foundation, you guys. That's what it's truly all about. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I have a couple people here on Facebook. Norma, hello, my beautiful client. We've got Cynthia. She said, I almost did this and decided not to and join a CrossFit gym instead. Frick, yes, girl. It's true. And it's not just $425 a month that you're spending. It's the longevity of it, right? It's like, how long are you going to have to keep spending that if the only way for you to keep the weight off is if you eat their food, right? Basically, it's forever. Could you see yourself doing that forever? No, definitely not. And then you're eating terrible food too, right? That's the worst part. So continue doing your CrossFit, girl. Definitely get that exercise and activity up. In terms of nutrition, that's obviously going to play a huge part. It's going to be 90% of the results. So it's important for you to find that balance and see what works best for you. Okay. And everyone's body is going to be different. I can't sit here and tell all of you guys exactly what I eat is going to work for you, because it's probably not. It really depends on your dieting history and where you've been, right? So take all of that into consideration. Do not waste your money on Nutrisystem or Optavia, please, please, please. And this is not to be confused with a meal prep company. Nutrisystem and Optavia are packaged foods that are in a certain calorie range. They're usually around 100 to 200 calories per meal, and you have to order all of those meals and eat all of them in the day and nothing else. Meal prep companies sometimes help people out. They're just pre-packaged meals as well, but they're actual whole foods. They're not all chemicals and processed shit. And they just kind of make life a little bit easier if you want to grab some breakfast or lunch or dinner. Those are definitely different. If that works for your schedule, I'm all for it, especially because I have a lot of friends that have meal prep companies that I know are using wholesome, nutritious meals. They're balancing out protein, carbs, and fat. That's very different. They're not a multi-level marketing scheme that makes you sign up and consume their products for months and months on end. So again, hope this shed some clarity for you guys. If you are someone who is using Optavia right now, or you work for them, I just encourage you to rethink and truly dive into the understanding behind what they're doing there. And then obviously, if you're excited about the fact that you're working with an Optavia coach, also take a second to realize, is this person even credentialed? Why are they called a coach? Did they just pay to sign up to become a coach, right? All of these things are important, okay? And I'm coming to the end of this video here. If you guys are on Instagram and you're just tuning in and you want to catch the beginning of this where I went through everything, it's going to be shared on my profile and then also on my IGTV and Facebook. You guys already know I'm going to share this here, okay? I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another video.